interesting. Let's do... Okay. Ooh, shiny, shiny. Oh, hi. We'll see. All right, nothing crazy happening today other than me trying to do something on a whim, free day off, because there's nothing I like more than focusing on things that don't need my attention, but will then get 130% of it. So today's hyperfixation is notes. I have been looking for a better way to keep track of my notes and take my notes for my D&D games, as my current system works, but it's not the best. It could be better. It could be a lot better. And I'm hoping to solve that today. We shall see. Let me see here. This is my current notes. I know I just flashbanged some people, I'm sure. They're like, oh, it's so bright. I like it. It's a Google Doc. It's very plain, simple, very easy. It has a lot of pages. It's for my main game that I play. Want that. Just save that actually. I guess I'll just copy it for now. It's for a game I play at the Dragon's Concord. Fun fact. And it's awesome. And I have de facto become note taker on my own accord. Nobody asked me to do this. I just like doing it. It helps me keep track of what's happening around me. I like taking notes at the table, and then I will transcribe them here, and then people can add to them or read them or do whatever. If it helps, it helps. If it doesn't, it helps me, and it's a place for me to put my thoughts. And I enjoy that. Ad break already. Hold on. I love a notebook. I go through them pretty fast. I like to customize them too. That one just has a sticker. This one I did paint on it, which I'm very excited about, and this one as well. That's my Coldhaven one. Matches the Coldhaven font, you can see. And yeah, I just I'm generally enjoying this. I did this as just a Google Doc, but I have linked, you know, all sorts of stuff. Player characters, boom. Here's all the people currently in the game, all of their main cast, friends who've either come in for a short stay, long stay but left, whatever the case may be. All of our animal companions, aka Woody's animal companions. Even though we have a Beastmaster who has an actual companion. That's fun. This was my original take at NPCs. I liked this. It was literally just a running list. You could always control F if you were looking, but it was hard for me to remember where they were from. And there's no database in Google Docs. So it was long, and I couldn't figure out who I'd seen. It was hard to add stuff to them. I did locations to start, just really general. And then I was like, well, what if I combine the two? What if I do locations and NPCs? And I do, okay, here is the location, the main place. This is the city. And here's all the cities inside, or all the buildings or the places inside. Here are the people that relate to those buildings, or those places, or to those ideas, right? Like just our enemies. And so I like this, but it's still a little hard to read. I mean, this does help. This little outline on the side is great to jump around to the different areas. I put maps in here. Our DM does a lot of maps, which is great. And I either take pictures of them at the table, or I pull them from his World Amble, which some could just say, why don't you use World Amble? I don't really like it, if I'm being honest. I did important groups, like the gods that we're learning, because this is a homebrew-ish world, so it's a original setting, but with a lot of, you know, we're using 5e rules, obviously. But because of that, there's different gods that we're learning about. And I don't want to use the World Amble necessarily. I linked to some of them. Like some of them we would know, like My God, or Sola is like the main sun god. So like I have links to the pages that he wrote for these. But we wouldn't know all of this all the time. So So I like keeping track of like the gods that we know, right? Or the ones that we're learning about. Different services, cults. This is the Rare Rats and all their different clan symbols, which is cool. A little quest log that I tried to cook up a little bit. Party inventory, which is kind of cool. And then just session notes. These are all session notes. No mark by the dates. A long time I was just doing notes from this date. And then I started trying to come up with fun names. I'm not very good at it, but I try. Trying to the Betrayer, Monster House. We did Monster House the movie, but in D&D it was fun. And the gang buys a house. I haven't finished these notes, but these are all cool. And I try to, where I can, when I think about it, link stuff or bold it to make it like, hey, this is a person that we know, or it's a new person. And then you can go over here and be like, who is this person? What are they? And you could like find them if you really do. So that's the idea. But I was like, there's got to be a better way. And I was looking, and Cameron is very big on Obsidian, which is a lot of programming goes into that. And that's probably the wrong word. I don't know that side of it as much, but it seems a lot more complicated than the average person can figure out. And while I do love a good hyperfixation and learning how to maximize my use of something, I don't want to learn a whole new skill set to do it. That seems like a whole other hyperfixation that I'm not ready to unlock yet. So I was looking and I came across Notion, which has been on my radar for a while. I know a lot of people use it for like journaling or note taking or whatever. But I never really knew what it was about, never really thought to look into it. There's a lot of templates, one that I was considering purchasing already, which is cool. Need this one. I just want to pull out buying Carly Rae Jepsen tickets. Very excited. But yeah, I wanted to try to see if I could figure out, like, I could always make it buy a template and then, you know, connect shit to it later. But I was hoping to try to figure this out. I'm watching some tutorials. I'm doing all the stuff that you're supposed to do in order to figure out how something works and get started. So I'm trying. We'll see how successful I am. So basically I set it up. I don't really know. I made an account. It's free. You can pay for it. It's about the same subscription cost for the next level up as Obsidian is to publish. And the big thing I want is the ability for other people to have access to this easily, which is why I like Notion over Obsidian first and foremost, is that it doesn't need an app. It's got a web app, which is nice. And two, I want people to be able to contribute to it, right? So if the DM catches a mistake I put in the notes, a misspelling or something, just, you know, whatever, he can come in and fix it. Or if another player, like I missed our last session, wants to come in and put notes from the session so we're all up to date, they can come in and add notes or, you know, do whatever. So that's the idea, and that's why I decided to try Notion. I also liked, based on a lot of what I was seeing, a lot of people use this already. You can link, which is another level of what I wanted. It was like, I could have all the locations, and then I could have all the NPCs, and I could link the NPCs to the locations, or I can link the NPCs, I think, in my notes, theoretically, to the NPC page, like so you could see what they're about. Or in my session, I could make a session notes page, and in those session notes, I could link all the NPCs that were in that session. Instead of putting them in the notes, I could just say, like, hey, here's all the people that appear in this note, or all the locations that we visited. Just to, like, make it even easier to track what was going on where, which I think is kind of cool. And I think that's a little advanced for me to learn how to do myself. But I'm literally just messing around, trying to see how this works. Turn the music down a lot. To help my brain a little bit. But I'm literally just trying to figure out how the pages work. So I put a little table here. That's like one thing I've learned. I can add a cover, which is interesting. I can change the cover. I need to see. I can't find the Coldhaven image that I normally use. I don't know where I would have saved it. Oh, found it. Upload. Can I drag it? Hey, reposition. Boom! Look at that. Cold Haven. Love that. That's cool. All right. Already off to a great start. I can add an icon. Is there a dice icon? There is. Look at that. Boom. Cold Haven. Looking cool already. So I can make a table. This is where I'm getting a little confused if I'm being honest. Like the actual placement of what all I have available to me, because there's not like it's not a game. There's not a tutorial for Notion. It's not like all right, we're going to teach you the basics. I mean, there kind of is. There's like when I first made one, there was like this whole thing, which was like projects, what to track to-dos and get started. Because I put team spaces because I didn't really know what the fuck else I was supposed to do. But I don't think I need this. I could be wrong. That's why I haven't gotten rid of it. I'm considering getting rid of it. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't think I need that this second. Just trying to figure out how the hell this all works. That's my #1 goal. I did have a video going. But okay. I think just for the boring ass content of it all, I'm just gonna click around and figure out how this shit works. Let me get rid of. How do I get rid of this? Delete. Oh, can I delete this whole? No. Oh, wait a minute. How did I click into it? Delete button. How the hell did I? Boom. Okay. Let's delete everything. Okay, so I have a blank page. This is the title. We'll say campaign notes. I can add comments. I don't want to add a comment. Okay, let's see. So I can embed a sub page inside this page. So this is kind of like the link to the main notes page, right? And so the things that I want inside here are mainly, I think, these headings, right? I want player characters. I want NPCs, location. I want maps. I want important groups. I want quest logs, inventory, and then session notes as its own. I don't know the best way to go about all these. We'll see about that. Add a simple tabular content to your page. Okay. So these are all basic blocks I can add. I can add images. I can add a database. Add a table view for new or existing database. Gallery view, list view. Watch a really fun. Oh, 48 minutes. Full course for beginners. Maybe I should have started there. You know what I mean? Get started with databases. Pretty simple. How about that?
In this video, we're going to talk about a new block type, databases. Databases are one of the most powerful Notion features and will take your Notion game to the next level. In this video, we'll cover how to create databases and add properties by building out a content calendar. Until this point, we've just been working with basic blocks and media. So let's take a look at an example database. At first glance, a database in Notion might look like something you've probably seen before, a spreadsheet. However, Notion databases are much more powerful than your typical two-dimensional spreadsheet. Over the next couple of videos, we'll take a tour of databases in Notion and explore that power.
Keep talking.
Starting with the
Table
name
of contents.
this
Oh, wait a
property
minute.
is an identifier for each database entry. It's pretty similar to a page title and describes what you expect to find in that row. So in our example, every row is a person that works at Acme Inc., a pretty natural identifier. One pro tip about the name property: it is the only property in a database that Notion requires you to have. Others can be deleted or their type modified.
So could this be, I feel like I could do, I like employee director. I'm gonna do this for NPCs, where they work, who's their lead, who's their supervisor, who's their manager. There it is. What's the NPC's LinkedIn? What's their resume? Can I see their CV? Because I mean, we did just get a tavern for our group. We bought a house that has a tavern on the bottom. So like we may be interviewing prospective employees. So maybe this would be a good way to set that up.
This will be good to know as you start to build your own databases.
Can you add more than one team
After
or
each
tag?
name, we see columns with descriptions of the person. These columns are also called properties. You'll hear me use the terms interchangeably.
Interesting.
Here you can see a number of different properties that describe the person, like their title, team, manager, LinkedIn profile, email, and more. You might also notice that these columns look richer than your traditional spreadsheet, with
They do
formatting,
look pretty
color,
rich.
and interactivity. Unlike a spreadsheet, Notion databases require each column to have a type, literally a data type, which you can sort of think of like block types. For example,
Like what?
this name column is a special name type. The team and location columns are tags. The start date is a date.
Oh, it's like an Excel when you have like what's in. Okay, got it. URL. Yeah.
This means that they can be uniquely formatted and displayed in different layouts.
Oh, so like for the gods, I could do a URL thing for the World Anvil page that explains them.
Which we'll get into soon.
That could be helpful.
The last thing that I want to show here is that each row in a database actually opens up to its own page. Literally everything that we can be used inside of a database. Moving on from the tour.
Wait. Say that again.
Literally everything that we've learned up to this point can be used inside of a database. Moving on from the tour, let's go ahead and create our own database in Notion. We'll build out the framework of a content calendar for a marketing team.
Okay.
Just like any other block type in Notion, a database can be added with the / command or the plus sign. You may notice a couple of things here. Databases are
like in Discord language. Okay.
Block type. Instead, you'll see several types of view layouts for databases. For now, we'll stay focused on the familiar table layout. You'll also notice that unlike other block types, databases can exist inline on a page or open up to their own page. For now, we'll build an inline database in this page, which allows us to add additional context around it if we so choose. After adding our inline table, we'll give it a name, like upcoming blog posts. Then we can go ahead and start adding entries to the database. Maybe there's a blog post about our API, one
NPCs,
about our latest funding round, and a customer story. To add more.
Okay. Let's choose a couple NPCs and toss them in here. The Many Voices of Ron. Honestly, I can finally call it that again. So Ron is our DM, and I love him. And I loved this name. Okay. Many Voices of Ron, NPCs. Love it. R. Let's see. Waiting for that to come. Okay. So let's take. I'm gonna get a little crazy with this one. We're gonna go into here, and I'm gonna pull some of my favorite ones. Some of the ones that I think are the most important. So we're gonna do Krista. Literally my favorite and first one. She's the bartender. I am neurotic. Hamster, what's up? I'm neurotic when it comes to getting names for people, and I like building out relationships with all the different people, whether they're good, bad, indifferent, yada, yada, yada. We have rivals, we have enemies, we have friends. I have an adopted, quote, adopted daughter. So it's like really fun to be able to put these in here. We're going to have Krista. I'm going to do, let's do a couple more. How you doing, hamster? How is everything? How's school going? We'll do the Marcount. Actually, I think, can I unlink it? Oh, it kept the link too, which is interesting. Remove link. Maybe we'll bring that into a title later, so I could just say Uthric Nethergray, tag him as the Marcount. You have mathematics and physics. Ugh. Not the most fun. That's interesting. I have a buddy who's, I think he's a computer science major, but he loved his physics class. He was a little physics nerd. And then Cam, of course, is a math nerd, so, you know. But I don't know if he liked math. I'm going to do my favorite, my little adopted daughter. We're going to go to the Northvale Marches. We're going to go to... Wait, where is she? Della Danwell. Where's the Danwell farm? Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. You're studying biology? True, yeah, so not your cup. Here it is. Kincardine. Inside Kincardine is the Danwell Ranch, which is why this is where it gets a little messy, because I was like, oh... This is a place inside this. Oh, so the Northvale Marches is just like a big area in between two major cities. So I didn't want to do all the little cities as independent things. I wanted to put them all under the branch of the Northvale Marches, which is like this big stretch. So it has Northvale, it has Kincardine, it has the Godswood, it has a special inn that's just in the middle. It's got the Wildmount Druid, it's got a special shrine in it. Like all this stuff was in that area, but and whereas normally it was like one area and then all like the places in that, this isn't places necessarily, this is like other towns, and then inside those towns are other inns or other ranches. So that's where this has got a little less helpful organization wise, which is why I wanted to branch out. So we're gonna take Della. My notes are great. So these are my notes. I like them. It's a Google Doc. I just showed them off. I don't know if you saw them. But I think they're pretty good. I have all these different things that you can click on. All these are session notes. You know, quest logs, important notes, maps, locations, NPCs, all the player characters. It's pretty cool. You can get them from here. You can see all the different locations that I put in there here. And like Google Docs is great. And it's collaborative, which is awesome. This campaign is officially a year. The first notes that I have that I just found were from the 17th of last year, which was like 2 days ago. So at least when I joined, which is a couple sessions after it started, it's been exactly a year. But I think they played maybe a few, I want to say maybe 3 to 5 sessions before I got there, maybe 2 to 5. It was maybe a little less. But yeah, I have 179 pages. My note taking has it's definitely gotten different. I wouldn't say better. I don't take notes in like the same way as a lot of people. So I have my physical book. That's great. I will take them a lot of times in the perspective of Woody, my character, and then put them out that way. Or, what's it called? I'll just do like blanket notes and say like, this person did this person did this. And it's very like, I am very narrative. I have to like go, here's how we started. Here's what happened. This person did this person did this. And I have what I think is a pretty decent tracker of like what's important. If other people did stuff that they consider important, that's the point of the collaboration, is that people can come in and edit and add like, oh, my character did this, just in case I missed it. But I try to make sure I add anything important that NPCs do, new NPCs, new locations, things that we find, things that we trigger, combats. I don't write out combats unless there is something spectacular. We take down an enemy in like a crazy way, or it's a quick combat and I just want to like, it's a fun thing to write about. I usually just mark it with like combat. Let me see if I can find it. Like battle ensues. We beat up a bunch of guys. Like it's very blanket, whatever. And I enjoy a lot more of the role play aspect of it. Like, so the conversations that we have, the information that we get, the people we talk to, the things that we have to find, or the quests, or the puzzles. Like, I really like a lot of that stuff. So that's kind of what makes it in here. But what this will allow me to do, and like I said, Cameron wants me to use Obsidian. This will let me link stuff. So like I can have all these NPCs here. And from what I've seen, and I might eventually in the next, day or two, when I decide this comes too much for me, is that people will sell templates that are specifically made for D&D notes and stuff. And it's really cool because the way it works is there's relational databases and such. So like I could put all these NPCs in here and then connect them to the session. So I could say all these characters appeared in this session. All these locations appeared in this session. Or like treasure, I believe I can tag like what treasure came from where. Like if we have like a party kitty, you could click it and find the session that it came from, right? Or like it would tag the session that it came from. This is my idea, is my hope. One big thing I want to do for here, which I can technically already do, but I want to do it a little more fun and a little more cool, is like get to see who all the characters are. So let me show you. This is like my character. This is Woody. We play D&D Beyond. It's great. There's Woody. And you have his whole character sheet. And I technically can see all the other characters in the game. So like I can see my buddy Darian. I could see Maisie. Right? I can pull up their character stats this way. But I thought it would be fun if instead of just looking at a character sheet, I could put like things about them. Same as like an NPC, right? Just to kind of have like a running history of the characters themselves, how they're growing, what's going on with them, relationships. I am in a relationship and also have a date with another guy, and then have an adopted daughter. So like there's a lot of stuff that goes on with the characters that over a year you forget. I just found notes from our first and second session that told me I'm the only person in our party that doesn't have dark vision. And apparently in like the second campaign I was ever in, we got dark vision goggles. And we forgot about them. So it's just kind of stuff like that. You have you'll be back? Yeah, you let me know. We'll talk about your DM when you get back. Let's dish. I'm gonna close out this. Nobody needs to see all my shit. All right, so we have the mark count, and then I'm gonna do Della Danwell. Boom. I don't think I have an age for Kristen, or a last name. I don't think I have a surname for her. Seller. No, just Krista. Interesting. Like we have like a cool web of patterns. So like Krista is the sister to Melly, I think, who is in Spellhaven, who is part of the Lightlifter gang. She's their like fucking big smith, and she made my first hammer. Well, she made my new hammer, which has developed into my new hammer. It's got like transformed. And they're cousins to Skren, a little guy who used to be a were-rat, who we cured, who was being like tortured. So like there's a cool web that connects them all. And I was just hoping to if I have a better way to track it, a little more fun way to track it. Let's see. Let's say tags. We can say so this one, she's from Kincardine. And he is from Coldhaven. And she is from Coldhaven. So now I can do like, and call it, where they are from. Well, maybe not where they're from. We'll just say locations, because Della's with us now. She kind of travels with us. So I can also put, at the moment it's called Nightbreeze and Associates. I don't know what we're going to change it to. Can I edit these? Oh, I can. So let's say, oh, let's do Coldhaven. Let's do Coldhaven. Let's say I change Coldhaven to Coldhaven people. Oh, it does change the ones currently tagged. Okay, that makes me feel better. Okay, because currently, as a quick name we came up with, we named our group Nightbreeze and Associates. But that's not staying. but we can always change the tag later. So we'll say, where they are from. We will call it that. And then we'll do a new one that can be, can I do another set of tags or no? Oh, maybe not. Well, we're learning. We're learning this as we go. So let me do one that's URL. We'll say World Anvil Info. You're back. Okay, let's shit talk your DM. I said I don't mean shit talk, but sounds like, yeah, he's socially awkward, can't plan a session. His friends don't communicate in the Discord, but to the DM privately. That's a little frustrating. I don't want to put my Discord on blast, but we do have a Discord and we are relatively active. I put a lot of stuff in there. I'm overly communicative. I communicate with my DM usually a lot about stuff that I want pertaining to Woody. So for example, I missed last session and I was like, here's some cool things. I have very much, I think, taken a front seat to the game where we've been playing a year. I kind of know what I like about Woody, what Woody would do. And so I like to take advantage of, even when I'm not there, like what could Woody be doing in the background? Like I'm very invested in him as a character. So I like to go to him and be like, here's some things that I would think I would do. So I just kidnapped a kobold. I say kidnapped. We raided a dragon's horde that we fought and we took all his shit and he had a kobold accountant. And I just opened up a temple and I'm stupid and don't know how to handle money. And I was like, you should come with me and help me with my money shit, especially because the dragon's going to be pissed at you when he comes back and finds out all his shit's gone. So he came with us. And previously in one of our early adventures, we found a little kobold lair, like a village of kobolds. So I'm taking him back down there is like what I'm saying I'm doing in like my down when I'm not with the group. And I will, you know, escort him down there, make sure he gets down there, etc., etc. So that's how I like to communicate with him. And then I put a bunch of ideas and stuff in the chat for stuff like I just came up with some new ideas for party name. Since we have a new base of operations with a tavern underneath it, new ideas for a tavern name, how to talk about gold that we split, yada, yada, yada. He's a medical condition or something from what I know. Pretty much never leaves the house. Oh, yeah. He's beyond awkward. He can't plan anything because I think he's just scared to get in the way of our lives and plans. Yeah, that can be a lot. But I mean, I don't know. I feel bad for that. That does suck. You can't, you know, when you're going through something like that, it can be hard to function, period. But being a DM, in my opinion, and I'm learning more and more just through playing these games at the Concord, where they're quasi-professional, in my opinion. They are professional in the fact that it is a business. They are running. They get paid. It's cool. I would say quasi in the fact that none of them are trained as it, right? Like they're all learning how to do it on the fly. So it does take a little bit of a leadership and initiative role, especially as the person coordinating the game. Like you can play without players. You can't, like without, if I was gone, they can still play, but you can't play without a DM. The DM is very important and needs to be able to plan, one, first and foremost, and two, communicate what needs to happen, what's going on. We're in a world that doesn't exist in the books, right? This is a homebrew world that's all his design. So like he needs to be able to communicate with us if we want to do stuff. We're like, hey, this is something I want my character to do. For example, I made my mom. I'm like, how could I go about doing that? And so he's, you know, because it's his world, he's the only one who knows how that works. So I don't know. I feel like there is a little bit of a... No, I know you're not blaming him. It just sucks. I hope he can figure that out. Hopefully this helps him. I know a friend of mine was talking about how playing D&D publicly and with, you know, people has really helped him kind of come out of his shell, and he's more of an introvert anyway. So hopefully that helps. Enthusiasm is pretty low. Yeah. It was supposed to run until level 4, being stopped to an RPG survival campaign that doesn't feel like anything is happening. Yeah, dude, those kind of moments suck. I hate when the games lose steam like that. It's really frustrating. Good time to learn Pathfinder 2e. It is true. It is true. I will say, Wait, was the game supposed to end at 4th level? Because that kind of sucks. Me and Cam are kind of the same mind, which is like, I kind of change flip-flop back and forth. I don't mind playing 1st level characters, but it's boring. You don't get to, like, nothing really comes online until 3rd level, until you get a subclass. And even then, you're still, not even that you're weak, because that's to be expected. You have to, like, your DM really has to do a lot of work, I feel like, to scale stuff to you at that level. And I'm not saying you should start at higher level, especially, like, I like Coldhaven, and my hope is that it doesn't necessarily have an end. I like the kind of open world sense of it all. I like my character to be able to develop in this world. I like them to be able to, you know, form relationships, meet people, develop, change, evolve. And so I'm not a big fan of one-shots or, like, smaller sessions, in my opinion. But I think it's strange to end at level 4. Like, I would say at least 10. Give you guys some room to grow and do some stuff and figure out how your abilities work and what you can do. Because, like, level 4, you really are squishy. Not even just squishy, but, like, you don't have access to a lot. I don't know. Survival focus games after watching Dungeon Mesh. You should play the Mad Mage, just the Endless Dungeon. Find it opening a Nyx game. Alright, so I did where they're from, but I might change that. This can be World Anvil info, and we can... What the hell? That is not what I wanted to do. I guess I need to just come over here. Copy link URL. Over here. Boom. There's a link. Abomination Vault is a mega dungeon. Oh, so play the Abomination Vault game that Chris is about to do. That's on Tuesdays. I'm thinking about doing it. I don't know. Windcraft, so some time between... No, you're good, dude. Play Windcraft. It's fun. You're planning on playing it? Okay, well, then you can play it. I thought you weren't going to play. I'll let you have it. There's like 3 new people in the campaign, and it was pre-written campaign, so the story I think can only run until level 4. That's weird. A pre-written level 4. Interesting. You can still play if you want. I can. I know I can. But I want you to have fun. Let's open this. This is what it looks like now. Say from. Boom, 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 boom. I want to add a title. Connect databases and mention database pages. Ooh. So I want to do... Just do a blank text box and we'll say titles. Waterdeep Heist, Dragon Heist or something? We have those books somewhere. I didn't know that only went to 4. I know of it. Or Dragon Heist at least sounds familiar. Main module. 3 people, new people introduced to a game, seeing if they like. And the guy that was DM running another self-made campaign at the same time. Got it. I don't know. I don't know too much about that one. Alright, so we can change the type. Oh, so the types can be changed later. Okay. How do I make this go over here is my question. I expand. That's how I put a new one of those in. We're going to do text. We're going to say titles. Oh, it already exists? Where is it? So confused. Where did that one go? I'm gonna say he is a Marcount. We'll say Viceroy of Arethyr. He's Marcount Uthric Nethergrey. This, I'll put it here. What happened? Oh shit. Oh shit, I broke it. Wait, what happened? Dragon Heist goes through 5. I don't know if you should end upon reaching 5 or finish after playing some level 5. Oh, interesting. What did I do? Oh, well, there's that now. Okay, I can finally see that. Let's delete this line. So I don't want number. Let's say so maybe tags. I don't know how to best use tag. That's what's confusing. So let's say let's do a quick summary. How about that? How about we do we'll go really basic, and I can always expand later if I want to. So we'll say that, put it there. If you choose to do anything other than the way I do it, I'll be extremely bothered. I don't know how you do it. I'm learning, Cameron. Highest ranking Lord in Arethyr, Protector of the Northern Realms, Maisie's. Biodad. How do you... I think I saw somebody... Oh, time to link or add page. Can I connect it to different people? This is where I get interested and confused and... Okay, so there is ways to reference other people, which is nice. Or like, okay. Protector of the Northern Realms, period. Base. Maisie's. Real father. Very Darth Vader moment we have. Oh, I guess I could do. Oop, it's hers. So now if I open it, it'll say, boom, here's the page to him. Look at all that information that we know about. I like that hygiene is in here. World Anvil is so fucking weird. So he believes in Sola. Like, because this page already exists, which is nice. I technically could take this. So, like, maybe I will. Does it have a birthday? No. His birthplace is just the fucking world. Avatane, I'm pretty sure, is the name of the planet. Like, or at least the... I think that's the Empire? Like the Avatanian Empire? Could be wrong. High Lord Accord. Though these are his titles. Okay, boom. Look at that. I can fucking copy paste that shit right in here. Boom. Marcount of Arethyr. Go over here, because fuck his name. You know, oh, not fuck his name, but we don't need that. Boom. Look at that. Open. Uthric Nethergrey. Summary. Boom, 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 boom. Text. I don't know why that's even. Anvil info. Titles. Look at that. Summary. Highest ranking Lord in Erethyr. Protector of the Northern Realms. Maisie's a real dad. Surprise! Okay, that's kind of cool. So I can kind of do that, which is fun. I still need to figure out how best to do tags. Wait, is that all multi-select means? Like, say I do another multi-select. We sort. We say this multi-select is affiliation or group affiliations. Can I then do... Oh, I can! So for group affiliations, I could put, for him, Avatanian Empire, right? I think that's what it's called. Yeah. Empire. Boom. For her, we can put Nightbreeze and Associates. We'll stylize it. We can always change that later. That's kind of... Wait, what the fuck? Don't mind that I have to look down. Okay, let's not flame me for that. Krista, we can put... My question is, does this become... Is a tag a better place for that? Or would that just be a better thing for a text? Like, I don't know how to best... I could maybe use status to say, like, are they dead? Dead, alive, prisoned. Ooh, that could actually be a fun one. Okay. So let's edit these. Let's edit this one to set it done. Edit. Can I change this? So we'll say this one is red. It'll be dead. And then we can change this one to green. And this can be alive. And then we can do one that's they don't have to be caps, honestly. Incarcerated. Krista's not incarcerated. But we could do that. Like, that could be one that's done. So, like, these two are alive and that person's incarcerated. And, but, what's this? They're also alive. Wait, can you not do that? Can you not do multiple? Oh, because it's a status. They can only be one thing. Okay, so status is not going to be what we use for that. Tags would be better. So if there was one of a few options, like if you could only be one thing, dead or alive, I guess that's helpful. You do have quite a few dead NPCs, so I guess that's still helpful. We could just mark everybody as... what's a good word for alive or dead? What's a way to call it instead of status? Fuck it, we'll call it status. I don't give two shits. Not started. So we'll say edit property. Call this one alive again. Dead. So they're alive. Boom. Alive, alive, alive. What else can I add in here? How do I add... Like, these are like groups, right? Krista might be... I don't know. I could put like their gods, their religions, all that fun stuff. Oh, select one option from a list of tags useful for categorizations. Okay. So I could put... They're from Coldhaven, Avatinian Empire. Titles. Honestly, I kind of want titles over here. Now let's look. Oh, do I have to refresh for that to work? Is there like a refresh option? All right, now let's look. Oh, I have to do it here. Oh, so this can be different than this list. Okay, actually, that's great then, because I can put that back over here, do this, and it's the way I want it. That's kind of dope. Okay, so titles, summary, where they're from, group affiliations, status, World Anvil information. Okay, this is kind of dope. Hold on. Wait a minute. I kind of love this. But the issue is that this is something that I want to exist on its own, right? So like, can I copy this? Like, how do I? Oh, I can move it. Okay. Okay. So then I just don't like that it's like this weird centered situation. Good to me. Okay, so let's make a page. Wait, what? How do I want to put like a little sidebar. I want a little how do I make I saw a table of contents earlier. How do I do that? I just want to be able to move this over here. Learn more. Like I want this. This is what I want right there. And I want it to be like NPCs, locations, session notes. Like I want it to be very easily accessible from the side. How do I do that? If only I had watched a video that definitely told me how it happened. Oops. Should have paid attention. Well, I can just turn this into a page. Wait, what? Oh, that's actually, okay, that's awesome. So I can work on it there and then click into it. So that's kind of what I want. But like, so what, in my perfect world, I wouldn't leave the page. Like I want there to be a constant sidebar. You click it and maybe this part changes, right? So you go here and it would be, new stuff there. I don't know if that's possible. I assume it is. I'm sure somebody smarter than me has figured that out. Be learning. But this is awesome. Okay. So I can have that. I can have... Let's do one that I know a lot about. Let's do... Oh, wait a minute. What if I do... Can I rename this? How do I... How do I rename... Oh, there it is. Let's call this player characters. Let's make Woody. All right. And then we go inside. And we call this player characters, right? And then we add... The question is, what's more fun? Do I make a table list? Oh. We can get into a gallery style. So we can do it this way, right? And we can say, okay, let's open up this one. And we can call it Woody Whitebrook. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Get rid of these. We don't. Delete. Though that's cool. I can put like maybe. Oh, I wonder if there's a way to link like goals. So I can put like little things under him of like things that I want to do or things I'm remembering. Like maybe he's on his own personal quest, and I could put that down there and it's like a checkbox. So I can know like, hey, we've done it, we haven't done it. Okay. So let's add. Okay, we can also get rid of this tab. We don't need that one. Delete. Add a property. Put person, I could put Mike. Oh. I mean to put player. Me. I'm the player. This is my character. Cool, I can link it to me. That's kind of awesome. Okay. And then I can say add, is there a way to add files and media? We'll call this player photo. Not player photo. Character photo. I have a lot of character photos to choose from. Hold on, let me get them all. Let me show you. Oh, I have a problem hiring Fiverr artists. I'm currently about to do another one. I'm commissioning more because I want to do a group. I just got 2 new ones done recently. I used the excuse of today for them, but yeah, I'm very happy. These 2, let me open my, I have a whole folder of the Whitebrook on my problem. I also have a Google Doc that I send to the artists. Get images made for me. So let's go over all of them together. So here's the symbol of Kemper. I worked with Ron on this. Kemper's a god, obviously, that he created. So I had to come up, I was like, I want to know what his symbol would be. So the first ever, when I first made Woody, here's what I described him. He's tan skin. He's 6'6". He's big. He's brutish. He's a himbo. He is brawny. He has shoulder length or longer auburn hair. Because he's tan skin, because he's like me, he's mixed race. You know, I want that to come through, and I want him to be a little ambiguous, and you know, it's just, you know, it also just looks like tan skin. It's cool. He uses a maul. This is a smaller maul than what he would normally use. His maul is supposed to be as big as him, like it's huge. It's like staff, so he can swing it around and have some fun stuff with it, and then has a big hammerhead. His shield is normally on his back. He started with chainmail armor, very plain. This is the photo I normally use for his profile photo, so I might use. But I love this. This is the original concept character for Woody. He has a little cloak. It's cool. Then Woody got some dogs, and I love these dogs. Blunt, Force, and Trauma. Blunt did die twice and is now reincarnated as a Blink dog, so I have to get new stuff for him. But I wanted like a casual photo of Woody taking his dogs for a walk, so I did, and one's obviously gone off leash. It's fun. It's cute. They're amazing. They technically have the stats of wolves because the DM got sad that they were squishy, and he killed one twice. And then after that was done, I was like, Woody wants a new maul. And so he had a maul, this maul made by Melly, Krista's sister in Spellhaven, which is something like I would love to put in there. Weapon, like, you know, items, this one created by blank, tag the person. Like, I think that's such a cool ability. So he had this maul made for him with his little symbol of Kemper on it. You see that? No detail too small, right? Then he received a blessing. His maul got transformed by his god. So his god gave it some supernatural power. It was awesome. And then he got an upgrade. This is honestly my favorite iteration of Woody. Like, if I have to choose one thing that to me symbolizes what Woody looks like now, it's this. He's been on a trip for a while. His hair got a little long. He's been pushing it back. I love this art. Yeah, he's in his bed. Look at my... Oh, it's so good. He gets all angry and he's brutish, but then normally he's just like a fun-loving little man. Love it. He's got his little symbol. His colors happen to be the color of Christmas because I decided that Kemper's colors are red and green. So Kemper is Santa Claus.
Oh my god.
You're gonna get me protein. Thank you. I also needed something else at Costco. No, like vanilla. Don't even get it twisted. There's something else we needed though. Oh well. Yep. I need Celsius. I need Celsius. I need more. Give me more. Give me more. Yeah. Obviously, he ate Onika burgers. But yeah, this is my favorite Woody. I love it so much. He upgraded to plate armor. He has special cast on, cast off armor because, again, I like to live in my character. I like to imagine how he walks around, how he's perceived. He is a big, intimidating looking guy. He's very nice, but I don't want him in armor all the time. So I asked if I could make some special cast on, cast off armor, which can be taken on or off in an action. Basically just to help him be able to walk around like a normal person, but when needed, he can pull his fucking armor out of his special bag, throw his armor on. I mean, it does take his whole action to do it, so it's still, you know, it's not the most broken thing in the world, but he could walk around like a normal person, which is like what he likes. He likes to be, you know, casual. He's a very basic guy. This is like my favorite, very inspired, honestly, by Emperor's New Groove. 1, Kronk is like good himbo inspiration, but 2, the character played by John Goodman. I love this little tunic. It reminds me of that. And then for my birthday, I love this guy, this little Woody guy. I found this guy who makes cute little characters, and he was so nice. This guy was so nice. He worked with me like crazy. But if you could tell in this one, his hammer changed when he got a new blessing. It became a better upgraded maul. Took on a more traditional maul shape. This one looks like a regular hammerhead, which I fucking love. I think that's funny as fuck. But I had this made, which is awesome, and it just looks so cool. Like I said, his hammer, I mean, the head's not that big usually. I mean, both these pictures, I think it's a little exaggerated. It's supposed to be like a normal, like a slightly larger sledgehammer style, but I'm okay with this. Honestly, I love this so much. He's got his little armor with his little crests on it. It's so cute. His little red and green moment. He looks so awesome. And then, so my character recently encountered a young girl who was, her parents were killed in an accident. You can check my notes. That killed all her family at her family farm when we were passing through. We killed there was a monstrosity, a wyvern griffin mix that was corrupted that, she thought we were there to kill. She saw Woody in his armor and was like, oh, you're a knight, like very excited. She was very capable. She lived on her own in the woods for 10 days surviving. Good tracker. And she decided to come with us. And she really gleamed onto Woody. She wanted to be like Woody. She asked to be his squire. And Woody's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, because he's stupid. Or he's dumb. He's not stupid. He's dumb. And so she's like training with him. And, you know, they've had a long time now together. Many months. And they've grown really close, and Woody's kind of, you know, taken her in and adopted her. She hangs out with the group now. We made her a sidekick character now, so she has stats. She has like a whole slew of ability, not a whole slew, but she has abilities, and she can use weapons. She can fight with us. But I wanted to show Woody training her, so I had this cute little one mocked up, and it makes me so happy. I didn't realize until this second, Woody is too white in this picture. Oh no, I just realized that. It's still cute, but he's too white. That is not the same person. I just somehow saw that. Like he is white. That's kind of crazy. It's fine. Because I'm gonna plan on commissioning this guy again, so I'll ask him if he can, 1, fix this one, but 2, because I want to get this. I like it's a very simple, cute style, and I want to get one of Woody. He's about to get some tattoos, so do one with Woody with his tattoos. This is his little corruption scar, which he has over his heart from when he's corrupted, and then this is from a bunch of werewolves. He's got bit by multiple werewolves. He has transformed multiple times and been cured of lycanthropy multiple times. So he has a scar because they kept biting him in the same fucking spot, and after a while I was just like, that spot's gotta be a huge fucking scar, right? Like you can't be bitten by werewolves in the same spot multiple times and not have a leftover mark from it. So that's where that comes from. But yeah, very cute. I don't really know. I think I'm gonna go tried and true with this. I'm probably gonna use this one again. I think it's just very easy, very cute. Love it. And for that, I'm just gonna do a quick because it just makes me happy. It's him, smiley. He looks so cute. I'm gonna put it in Woody Whitebrook. I'm gonna call it Headshot. Yeah, why not? Cool. So now that I took you on my little journey of my character, I'm sad that I accepted that one, because as much as I love this he's too, I was like, something still feels off and I couldn't put my finger on it, and now I've realized it's because he's white. He's white. Interesting. I can't believe I didn't notice that. Kind of a uh-oh moment for me. So we're gonna put Headshot. I guess I have to don't look at my pay slips and my tax returns, people. Boom. All right, we have a headshot. So now if I say, I want to kind of do like, maybe as a cover, I change the cover photo and I upload a photo of his symbol. I don't know. It's a placeholder. I was hoping that this would be a little better looking. Maybe I'm crazy. Let's add an icon. Let's say person. I want like, well, what represents human? Oh! I saw it. That's what I want. Boom. Player. That's a player character. How do I get, maybe because it's in gallery mode? Oh, okay, that's kind of more of what I thought. It would do this. The only thing that sucks is I wanted this to be kind of big. How do I? I guess I could add all of his photos, which is kind of cool. Well, I was hoping that I could put a headshot. Oh, I guess I could. I could do that. But it's so small. And I was hoping it would show up there. That's really what I wanted. Oh, it did. Okay, that's awesome. So you click it in, you see that now. So now let's actually delete this and we can add all the other photos. So I can do the original. Oh, it's over the free limit. Ooh. Hit open. Let's hit resize. Woody character sheet, and we'll title it resized. Let's see if it fits now. Oh, that one fits. Okay, cool. We have his character sheet. I can put him with his dogs. Why can I not? Oh, is it over? Size this one. Oh, they're all really high though, huh? Save this one as dogs is casual, resized. There it is. Him with the doggies. Oh, this is awesome. Choose file. Do Woody updated. That's big. Okay, I guess we have to do a resize of all of these. I might make a resized folder. Oh, it up. Oh, yikes, what happened? That photo didn't save right for some reason. Oh, it couldn't be saved. Why not? Let's open it up all the way. We open this, we click this, we click this, drag this to just high enough. We save as resized. Place it. That one is nothing. Okay, that one looks like it's saved. Okay. Yeah, okay. Now we choose, we say resized. Hell yes! Next one. We're gonna open this one. Do size, yep. Big. That as we'll say Woody cute resized. This one is all right. We'll add file. There's all of Woody. Look at that. That's awesome. So now I have all these character photos. Let's add multi-select. We'll say religion. We can say Kemper, right? Because he worships Kemper. And we can say titles. We can say title is this. He's the hammer. Oop, let me capitalize that. Hammer of Kemper. And he is a knight. He was knighted. I wonder, like, maybe I want to figure out how to do animals so I can select what animals he has with. Weapons. This is where I don't know if, like, it's beneficial to have that already done. We'll just put something in here. Mall. We'll give it its name. It has a name. So Woody's Mall has a name. Fun fact. I made it up. It's like, what's that shit that Thor's hammer is? Mjolnir. It's that language. Named it Ikshrikari. I can't remember how it's pronounced, but it translates supposedly, maybe fakely, to Gift of the Oathbreaker. Not Oathbreaker, sorry, Oakbreaker, because that is what Emperor is known as. He is the Oak Breaker. That's like why his whole thing is a fucking oak tree split in half. So, Gift of the Oak Breaker. And then he also has a special maul that he just got. I say maul is in quotes because it's not a maul. Sword in the stone. It's a big old greatsword stuck in a stone magically that can be used as a maul until the stone is removed somehow. And then lastly, he has special because he likes to punch stuff, but technically he can't smite with his punches, even though it is a melee attack. Technically, it has to be a weapon attack. So he has some fun silvered brass knuckles that he got. That he likes to punch people with. Those are his weapons. And hopefully I can like tag or where they came from. That would be really cool. There's a possibility of that. But now if I back out, like how do I... Let me refresh. Fresh. Play characters. How do I... I just don't know why. Like, what's the point of this if it's not going to show the picture, you know? I guess I can see stuff inside of it. I was just hoping, like, what's the point of the gallery view? What is it gallery viewing? Very confused by that. Oh, so stuff that I type in down here appears. If I post this here. Hey, there's the guy. Untitled. Let's call it, I mean, I don't want to say player characters again, but I don't want it blank. So we'll call it player character. Woody Whitebrook. Because maybe you have to label it so you can pull from it later. I don't want to crop it. I do wish I could make it. Oh, look at that. If I refresh, will it make it smaller? No, so that doesn't really matter. I just like it there because I want that to be what you see. But maybe it shouldn't. Maybe it should be more information. I don't know. Sucks about this. So let's give him some story. Let's add to his load. Question is, if I make another Open it up. You get this. Maybe we put down here backstory, right? Like character backstory. I don't know. I have him, right? Let's do a quick one for Maisie Nightbreeze. Oh, we could put family maybe as one. Maybe I could somehow figure out how to link people. Like, so we can do, let's do Darian. I think he's High Branch is his last name. We don't really use a lot of last names, I'm realizing, as we play D&D. I do. I always introduce myself as Woody Whitebro. And then we have our last member of our team at the moment until we get our new person. Yarmek, I think Braun Anvil. So those are our main 4, right? That's cool. And then I can always add more if I need them, but I don't. That one. Only 4 main player characters. I guess I could put the other player characters in case those players ever decide to hop in, because we do have some that have been, you know, just hanging around. I wish I had a navigation bar. I want to put in a navigation bar. How do I add a navigation bar to my page? We want customized page. What if I turn it into a wiki? All right, welcome to Acme. Verify pages. Assign owners to pages. They can verify its page is accurate. So I could like assign the players to the players. Organize your pages with tags. Sort and filter pages. Welcome to my new wiki. Home. When I click that. Oh, no. Turn it back. Can I turn it back? Should I turn it back? I don't know. This is kind of what I wanted. I just wish I can say what I wanted to show. I don't know. I kind of like wiki. Add headings to create table of content. Let's say learn more. Information should be easy to find. Why? If not, it's useless. Problem is, it's so easy for information to become scattered. Whether it's located in different apps or software, employees waste time searching through all of it to find what they need. Sidebar is designed to be the opposite. Everything is a click or two away, so you spend less time digging. Workspaces for the entire team. Okay, that didn't really help. Though I didn't really read it. So add headings. So if I do this and say heading. Oh. And I say player character. That's just table of contents, this page. Like how to find shit on this page. That doesn't really help me. I want to add... This links to these. Okay. So should this be... Should I treat this as like player characters and then this would be where I put them? And then I link around this thing, maybe. Is that how this works? So are these all individual pages and then I link them? So like, let's say this, right? And we say we want to move this to campaign notes. Right? And now the player characters are here. And let's say I want to make this one. Is this how this works? Or is everything supposed to be contained in one? That's what confuses me. There's got to be a way to do this better. So let's try. Let's move this back. Move this to... player characters. Now it's back there. So I guess this already exists, right? Like I have the many voices. I have, so like I don't need this page. Ideally, I would just go between here. So I think I can officially disregard all this bullshit. So yeah, I can go between these. So this is like head campaign notes. These are all the pages in there. But like I would love there to be a sidebar. I don't know if I can undo the wikification. Oh, I can. It's right here. Duh. I can do that. How do I make... I don't know how to do that. How do I make a... call out? Additionally, put a trans... Yes! That's exactly what I want. How did you do that? How the fuck did you do this? Okay, I see the video. I see it. You can't see it. I'm not... Fuck to do it. Wait, what? How do you have options I don't have? Maybe it's because you're using an app version? Type commands, page, call it a home page. You GitLab. What the hell is happening? What the fuck? What? Hold on. Hold on. How the hell did you GitLab? What the fuck was that? It was under like synced block. Oh shit, this is some This is some next level shit, isn't it? Oh no. Okay, so you just put it on every single page. Which makes sense. I get that. They're linking to the same page. They're on the page. I understand that. How did you put it in the sidebar? That's the question. How did you move it from here over here? That's what I want to know. I want it over here. I don't want it here. Wait. How the fuck? Wait, is this the sidebar? Is this technically on the side? Because I can put shit like over here. Now this is a sidebar. Do I have to wikify the page? I wonder. No, because this just makes it a full-on list. I lose the ability to stack them there. But I do have a search function. Is that in the previous version? No, there's no search ability here. Oh no. Oh god, this really is going to become a hyperfixation. I'm going to have to learn how to format. Oh no. Okay. You know what? We're going to dive in. We're going to fucking dive in.
For entries, we can use this new button. So let's go ahead and add
Notion format pages.
tables.
We're going in. Okay.
Hello, and welcome back to Thomas Frank Explains. In this Notion Fundamentals video, we're going to talk about Notion's page feature. It's one of the most basic foundational features in Notion, but understanding how pages work is key to understanding all of the more complex features in Notion. So specifically, we're going to be building this example page right here, which I've also made available as a template if you go over to thomasjfrank.com/fundamentals, which is the hub page for this entire.
Okay, I didn't ask for that.
Of course.
Blank page start.
If you've watched other YouTube content on Notion, you've probably seen much more complex page layouts like this. And you're seeing
Yes,
people
I have. I have seen that. Now show me.
like maybe even me going through all these pages at a breakneck speed, and you're not quite sure what to do.
No,
This is where we're gonna
he's
slow things
describing
down
me.
and break things down to the absolute basics.
Yes.
Starting with this first question: what is a page in Notion?
Thank you.
Well, this giant crazy dashboard we're looking at here is a page in Notion. If I click this database row here and open this up, this is also a page in Notion. And
What?
this blank page is a page in Notion, along with this example page, which we're going to be creating in this lesson. So a page in Notion is really a canvas. You can kind of create whatever you want on it. And crucially,
He said page a lot and then described it as a canvas. Oh god.
canvases or pages in Notion are also used to navigate around your workspace. If you'll notice here, I've got this page, which I'm just calling page stage 1.
Which is a canvas, don't
At
forget.
the bottom, we have a link to page stage 2. If I go over here to my navigation and I twirl into here, I see page stage 2 as well. This is kind of fundamentally different from more traditional note-taking apps like Evernote, where you have
So that's like this, right? Where I have player character page and then I have player character page. I can switch there. I see that.
very separate content areas and navigation areas. In Notion, your page actually defines your navigation structure, because pages that live within other pages are just little blocks here. And if I click this, I see the next page. Another question that I've received is, what's the difference between a page and a database? So we're going to go over that really quickly here. Pages exist within databases or outside of them. They kind of have three different positions. They can either be top level pages within your workspace. So this page stage 1 is an example of that. It's a top level page. They can exist within other pages. So this page stage 2 exists within page stage 1. And you can see that from the breadcrumbs here. Or pages can exist within a database. So if I go here, I've got two pages, database page 1 and page 2. I can click open, and now I'm seeing a page. You can tell if a page exists within a database.
Wait, I thought databases were in the pages.
Here. In this case, the only property in this database is the tags property, so that's what I'm seeing here, and that corresponds to this property right here. We're going to go over databases much more detail in the database lesson later on in the course.
Oh my God.
So let's talk about how to start creating pages. We're going to create this example page here, which is very simple. It's a single column of text. It's got a couple of other things going on here. It's got an icon and it's got a header. We're going to go from a completely blank page and get to
I don't want to make that page.
Lesson, and then we're going to build upon what we learn here to start making more and more complicated things, culminating.
Oh, actually, okay. Oh, hold on.
Over here.
This seems kind of helpful.
Notice that the font is actually different here, and the text is smaller. So if you want to change your font or your font size, you can go
up here.
The three-dot menu here, and you've got a few options. We've got a serif font, which is very old-timey looking, good for novelty things, I suppose. A monospaced, if you like code, or your default. So we can change it to serif, and we can also change our text to small, which is good for very text-heavy pages. We do also have the option to make this page full width, which if I do this on a single column of text isn't super useful. These lines are a bit too long for comfortable reading, but it does create a flexible layout. If I collapse the sidebar here, you'll see that it flexes outward, and then
and I finally have access to this shit. That makes some sense. Okay. We did learn something today, but I did lose out. Wait, hold on. I did lose out. I can't stack anymore though. Because from here, I could put like, let's say I do blah, 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 right? I can take this and I can throw it. I thought I could over here, right? So what happens now if I full width this? Oh, yeah, I still can. Okay, I don't lose it. It's just further away. No, you do. Wait, how do I? Oh, now it's like all the way over here. Oh. But let's say I want to move it down. Okay, so I guess I still can. It's just a lot further away. Can I shrink? Oh, I can. Oh, okay, okay. Hold on. We're cooking now. Now we're cooking with gas. So if I put that... Oh, no, 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 no. Nope, I don't want to be there. Okay, so this one, I want that to shrink. Interesting. Okay. Keep talking, man.
Which is very good for multi-column layouts that we're going to talk about later on in the course. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that full width off here. And then is very good for multi-column layouts that we're going to talk about later on in the course. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that full width off here. And then the last two things we'll go over here are comments and backlinks. So on pages, I can actually add comments. And that's a comment that is added to the entire page. You can also add comments to blocks or to even selections of text, which we'll go over in later videos, but this is a comment on the page. We can also add backlinks to pages. So if I link to this page from anywhere else in my workspace, it's going to create a backlink. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Control-L and then go over to, let's just say our database page 1 and paste this. And when I do this, I have a few options: dismiss, mention, or link to page. We'll go over exactly what these mean in future videos, but I'm just going to hit mention for now and create a link.
So like, for example, I could go into player characters. I could go down here. I know that that's a thing that exists, right? We can link to page and we can say campaign notes. And that way we could get back theoretically campaign notes. And now we have linked those.
And if I click that link, we go right back to where we were, but now we see that we have one backlink. If I click this, we see that now database page 1 is linking to this page. I have a few different customization options for how these areas are displayed as well. So if I go to customize page, for backlinks, I can show them in a popover like I just did, or I can expand them, or I can completely turn them off. And with page comments, I can expand them or I can turn them off. So if you want a really clean page, turn everything off here. Or if you want to see stuff, go ahead and make sure everything is expanded. To wrap this lesson up, I do want to go over a little bit about navigation within your workspace as it pertains to pages. So let's first twirl open this template page that we used as a sort of example here and go into it. And if I open these up, we can see that we've got multiple pages nested within this page. Just as the universe works on a turtles all the way down principle, with the earth resting on the back of one giant turtle, you can make as many nested pages in Notion as you want. So page 3 exists within page 2, and page 2 exists within page 1. You can make this nice hierarchical setups. And when you're at a specific location in your workspace, you're going to see these breadcrumbs up here, so you can easily tell where you are in your workspace. There is one useful thing to note here.
Didn't know that was called a breadcrumb.
And let's just create another page in here. Now you're going to see that we have the exact same thing going on with our breadcrumbs. Zangief cosplay ideas, database page 1. Database.
Okay, wait, but show that. Where's the picture?
If I twirl to my database here in the sidebar, I'm not going to see these pages listed, because in the sidebar, instead of listing pages within a database, you see the views of your database. So if you're ever looking for a page, you're not going to find it that way. You would want to go to the database itself and then either do some sorts or do a search or all kinds of stuff. We're going to cover all these concepts later on in the course. But for now, we've got our example page built and we are pretty much done. All right, so that is about going to do it for this lesson. Once again, if you go over to thomasjfrank.com/fun video. Thanks for watching.
Block basics.
Well, hello there. Welcome back to Thomas Frank Explains. In this Notion Fundamentals video, we are talking about the basics of blocks inside of Notion. How to create them, how to manipulate them, how to change them, and use them to bend Notion to your will.
Please.
Well, blocks are pretty much
everything
you see inside of Notion, except for the sidebar.
This is what I want. This is all I want. I want like nice little things here that are cool. But like, I don't know how that would look. What would I put in the middle page if everything just links? Like, if everything has its own page, what do you put on the home page other than, yes, the fucking table of contents, right? That should be on every other page to link between all the other pages, I guess. Interesting. I'm getting confused.
Some of the top menus and things like that. But all the content that you create and see and work with inside of Notion is built out of blocks. And blocks come together to form things inside of Notion that are greater than the sum of their parts. Think of blocks as a container for data that can take different shapes. A block of text is a block, an image is a block, an embedded YouTube video will be a block, and even databases and pages themselves are blocks. A page, in fact, is a block that contains other blocks, and you can prove this to yourself by taking a page that has some content inside of it and turning it into another type of block like a toggle. And you're going to see all that content inside the new toggle. So in this video, you're going to start down the path towards becoming an expert at using blocks inside of Notion. We're going to talk about how to create them in multiple ways, how to change their settings, and how to move them around in preparation for our next video on creating complex multi-column layouts inside of Notion. And starting with this video, we are going to start an example project that we're going to be carrying throughout the entire rest of this course, which is going to demonstrate pretty much everything we're going to talk about and all of the basics of Notion itself. And that is going to be the creation of this personal dashboard, which will serve as sort of a home base for your Notion workspace if you want it. In fact, if you've been to the course's homepage over at thomasjfrank.com/fundamentals, you might have seen at the top of the page a picture of my personal dashboard. I use this to get to my task area, my note-taking.
Okay. I guess this is the homepage, right? And I could do... I guess so it could be like, let's take this video for example. I could do characters. I could have link to player characters, NPCs. That's really it. Animals, I guess. You know, like... Yes, and then like I guess I could even branch off NPCs into like allies, enemies, areas. That's what's confusing me. How do you organize it? Like, what's the best organization? system, and that's what scares me about doing this myself, is the organization of it all. I could do like session notes, right, and have like, you know, maybe these are the different. So like I break my notes. If you haven't seen, my notes are broken into little arcs. Rat problem, road to Greensward, Greensward rat problem, new adventures await, back on our adventure to Coldhaven. Now we're on a new one. We're about to take a new path. So it's like I have little mini arcs. So I guess I could do the arcs there. I guess that's one way to handle that. I could do something like, so I could do characters, session notes, locations, items. I could do like under items, I could do, so location could be like, I could do like overall, I could do Avatane and then do the different places, but we've only really been in Arethyr. So I could do Arethyr, I could do Burfell as like a major area, Coldhaven, Greensward. I could do like Kincardine. I could probably get pretty specific, and then I could group stuff up into like the Northvale Marches, what falls into that category. I really need to lay this out a little bit. And then I guess goals, party kitty, right? So I could do I wonder if it's best to link weapons. So like do a list of all of our weapons and then link the right weapons to the right character. And you can see what character is holding them maybe. I don't know if that's possible, but that'd be fun. And then maybe do like what we have in the party kitty, like items that we've just collected, where we've collected them maybe. That would be kind of cool to find out, to like keep track of. Just trying to think. I could do like world lore maybe. I could do a Pantheon one with all the gods. Maps. I have like places. It's just like and I guess this is a very personal thing of like how you make this. I'm just so confused. It's very overwhelming.
System, it is pretty much my home base within my Notion workspace. And by the end of Notion Fundamentals, you are going to be capable of creating something very similar for yourself. You're going to be able to
promise me.
This, and in this video, we are going to take the first baby steps toward getting to it. If you look at the personal dashboard, we have many different types of blocks that are all working in concert to create something that is very, very useful. So how do we get all these blocks on the page, and
that's what I want to know.
Blocks do we have available to us? That is what we're going to start covering right now. As always, you can go over to thomasjfrank.com/fundamental.
I could put the Avatanian calendar. I could go date by date and put like what dates. Oh, that would be really cool because I do that a little bit in my notes. I'm very specific about what day it is in the world. So like I'll put what the new, like, so hey, we long rested tonight, this new day, this is the day it is. Here's the day of the week. We do like the weird fantasy days, and then we have the year and the date. That way we can keep track on the schedule because we do have timed events. So maybe there's a way that I could say in like a session notes, here's the days that were covered. Here's where we started, here's where we ended.
Down below to get all the example files and written versions of every
Michael
lesson.
Groover, have you tried Obsidian? Not the Obsidian. Kidding. I don't know if that was an old comment. I haven't seen it, so I'm hoping it's new. Hope I didn't miss you, Mike. So Cam wants me to do Obsidian really badly. He like really wants me to do Obsidian. He's trying to do Obsidian. It seems like a lot. And so what I like, so this is my game with Ron. I like it to be collaborative to the point where if I'm missing or if somebody has stuff to add, they can add stuff to it themselves. And Obsidian seems like it's not the best for that necessarily. I guess you can publish, and then there's all sorts of weird stuff, but like it seems very technical. And Notion is not as technical. Like it's a little confusing with how the links and stuff work, but probably not for you or Cam or people who are more savvy with that kind of stuff. But it seems very user friendly to that point, and has a web app, so nobody has to download anything. Like the last thing I want to do is make this difficult for other people in the group to access or use, because as much as this is for me, because I love this and this is awesome and this is something I'm really passionate about, I also want other people to benefit from it or be able to see it or use it or reference it. you know, just to, you know, make it more easy and fun for us to know what's going on. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. We'll see if that makes sense. I'm just trying to figure out the best. Similar thing, but the linking is pretty easy. You know that I mean, I guess it's easy. It's just a matter to me of, while the linking is maybe easier, or maybe it's not easier. I don't know. Like I said, it seems more technical. You have to have a little bit more of a, I don't know if you have to, but to me, just from my very limited experience with it, it seems a little more programming minded. I'm not. I'm figuring out, but I only can have, like I was telling Cam, I have room for one hyperfixation right now. I can't learn all that and how to use that system. I can learn the system. Especially when people use this for like their journaling and shit. It shouldn't be that difficult to figure out once I understand how it's laid out and what you can do in it. That's really my hurdle. That's my hill.
So check that out if you are curious. Otherwise, let's roll that intro. Okay, here I am once again being in a circle on your screen. So like I said earlier, we're going to be creating this personal dashboard inside of Notion, and this is composed of many different types of blocks in a multi-column layout. So like I said before, a block is basically just a unit of data inside of Notion. It can contain images, it can contain embedded content, it can contain pages, all kinds of interesting things. And to create a block, all we need to do is type our / command. So what I'm going to do is go over to a blank page, and we're going to start getting some of the content on the screen that we need to build this dashboard. So here's my blank page, and we're just going to call it personal dashboard. And to add our first block to the page here, all we need to do is type the / command, like it says on the screen.
That's my notes.
List of all the different types of blocks.
Those are the things I put on there.
So we can scroll
I did that.
Here, and we can choose one by scrolling and searching, or we can simply start typing to add something. So if I want maybe
It's helpful.
Heading,
I actually do like that a lot.
Heading. And if I want heading 2, I could do it in H2. And
just the headings things
I can either click it or I can hit enter, and I've gotten myself a heading 2. So let's just call this heading 2 tasks, because that is one of the headings on our personal dashboard. And
oh wait,
boom, I have put my first block on the page. Now another thing you're going to notice about blocks is there's this little 6-dot icon to the left of every block, which is the block menu. And if I open it up by clicking, I have a lot of different options that I'm going to go through in a little bit, but I just want you to know that you can basically do whatever you want to do to this block by opening up this block menu. Now, before we go forward and start creating the rest of the blocks on this page, I want to let you know about the Notion block reference that I've created inside of the course materials for this course. So once again, thomasjfrank.com/fundamentals. You can get all the supplemental materials, and this has a listing and example of every single block that you're going to find.
But let's say
we've got a table of contents.
We'll say characters. Well, we'll say cast. That's fun and like theory, right? Cast. Look at that. Now I can put this shit under cast.
Contents at the top here, so you can see all the basic blocks.
I was only partly here. Oh, okay, I just wanted to make sure you didn't leave before I explained to you what the fuck was going on. No, you're good. You're good. Oh, yeah, just fun. Playing in your Wednesday campaign? Oh, play in your campaign, dude. I appreciate you even stopping by. But yeah, my whole point just being, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Cameron wasn't able to. Obsidian just seems a little more technical. A little less easily collaborative. I could be very wrong about that, though. Cursory. Like I said, Cameron didn't correct me, though.
Like that. We have inline blocks, which are inline links, and there are dates and reminders and mentions of people on your team, along with inline formulas. We have different types of databases. There's an example of each different view of a database.
This, oh my God, gives me heebie-jeebies. Oh my God, that's so much. What if I got a picture of Ron, used it as the many voices of Ron? I think that'd be fun. I don't know that he'd think it'd be fun.
Base inside of all these toggles here, and we have media blocks, embedded things like images or web bookmarks or even embedded YouTube videos. There are also other more advanced embeds like Google Sheets and tweets, and even whimsical boards, which is a really amazing outlining tool that you can use to create flowcharts. Really cool thing there. And then there are advanced blocks, so synced blocks, which can sync content across multiple pages in one Notion workspace.
So I think that's what I would need to do to make a common sidebar. To make one sidebar for all of them, I think I have to do synced. And then you can put them on all the pages, right? And then it can...
even across Notion workspaces in some cases, block equations, template buttons, breadcrumbs, and table of contents. All kinds of really cool stuff. In this video, we're not going to give an example of every single one there, but I do want you to know that this reference exists and that you can see an example of every single block within it. So going back to our dashboard here, I want to add a few more of the headings. I know we had one for notes. We had one for references.
Okay. Hold on. Let me keep up with you. Hold on. Heading. I do 2. Does it matter if I do 2? You label it 1 or 2. Did 2. Is there a reason he did 2?
We had one for notes. We had one for references.
Oh, no, I don't think it matters. Okay. So let's do cast. Then we had, we'll do a page for a thing for session notes, right? And then we could do one for what's my other shit? We could do one for maps and inventory items. Let's do items. We can do items. Items is great. Doesn't want a capital. Okay, there we go. Good night, hamster.
And
thanks for hanging.
For web links. So we're going to go ahead and get all those there. And then one thing that I like to do is give these a background color so they look a little bit different than the content underneath them. So if we go in here, we can change the color by going to the color menu. And then these options here would change the text color. So I can show you that right there. And I'm going to Control Z so I don't have that there. But if I go and change the background color,
you got a background color.
I get a bit of a highlight here. And one thing that I like to do when I'm building my dashboards is also add a divider, or otherwise known as a horizontal rule, by typing the dash key 3 times. And that is another tip for adding blocks. For certain types of blocks, there is a way to get them onto the screen without actually opening the slash menu.
Wait, what? So you said... Oh, that's cool. Okay, I'm about it. I know you can do that in Word, so that's kind of cool, I guess. But I guess the actual idea would be to do it down here, right? And then I would get rid of it. Right, so then it's okay. Cast, boom, session notes, ba. Okay.
And searching for it.
Cruising.
So, for example, with block quotes or quotes, I can simply type a quote and hit space, and I get a block quote there. For bullet lists, I can type the asterisk and get a bullet, or I can even type.
Oh.
The slash menu and searching for it. So for example, with block quotes or quotes, I can simply type a quote and hit space.
Oh, I really like that.
For
I'm a big fan of bullets.
I can type the asterisk and get a bullet, or I can even type the dash and hit space and get a bullet. For numbered lists, I can type 1 period and get a numbered list there. And one more example, if I want to create a toggle list, I can use this little HTML bracket here to the right, hit space, and I get an empty toggle.
Wait. That's really cool. You can toggle information.
I have some more examples of some
I'm like,
blocks
my
that
mind
you
is
get
being
onto the
blown by a
screen using
note-taking
special
app. It's
keyboard
kind of
shortcuts,
crazy.
And Notion's documentation has lists of every single one available. They're useful to know, especially for creating things very quickly, but that is all I'm going to say on them for now. So one more that I'm actually going to show right now is how to create a to-do item, because I want one beneath tasks. So
I assume that's a checkbox.
Bracket on left, bracket right, and now we have a to-do. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a name, film video. And now I want to add another to-do list item beneath this to do here. Now, because I already have it to do, I could just hit enter and I'm going to get another one. But I do want to show you the other way you can start to create blocks inside of Notion, which is to hit the plus icon to the left of every single block. If I do that, I'm going to get the option to create any other block. So I could create a heading, I could create whatever I want. In this case, I'm going to create yet another to-do item. And I'm going to go ahead and fill those out now. And I'm also going to fill out some more basic content in here that is not super important to talk through. All right, so now we have some to-do items here. We have some toggle lists, which you've seen before. The next block that I'm going to create is actually a page, and we're going to have a whole video.
Oh, I figured it out. Wait, how did that? Oh, wait, that makes so much sense. But then, oh. Okay. Okay, I'm making headway.
Creating and linking to pages, but I'm just gonna do it right here as well.
I didn't realize that's how you stretch.
Slash command, you can search for page.
What happens if I shorten it? Okay, it goes with it.
Inside of your page. So let's call this page quotes, and I'm gonna go ahead and paste in some quotes that I had. Is actually a page, and we're gonna have a whole video on creating and linking to pages. But I'm just gonna do it right here as well because it's very, very easy. You just type your slash command. You can search for.
I'm just curious now. If I do that up here. How come I can't? Wait, what? Oh, this is a table of contents. That's what this is. Oh.
And boom, you have created a page inside of your page. So let's call this page quotes. And I'm
okay, so that's like my mini voices
I had from a different page. So now we have this cool quotes page inside of our dashboard, and going back to the dashboard, the next thing that I would really like here is a link to another existing page that is outside of this dashboard, somewhere else in my Notion workspace. So what I'm going to do is actually go over to our Notion block reference here, and I'm going to hit Command or Control L to copy the URL of this page to the clipboard. Then I'll use Control back bracket.
You're going to make a backlink.
Personal dashboard, and I'm going to click this little plus button here, and I'm going to search for link to page.
Link page, yep.
So if I do this, I can search for lots of things, and actually I have it right here. So if I pasted the URL, it would also come up after a while, and I can select it like that. But you can also type to search for the page if you know the name of it. So now what I've created is a link to page block. And one cool thing that I want to note about link to page blocks is that if you open up your personal dashboard or anything in the sidebar, whether it's favorited or if it's in the workspace area, you're going to see the link to your external page inside of this page in the sidebar, even though the page is not actually contained within this page.
Oh, so it's like a placeholder for the other page that's outside of it because you've back. Okay.
The link there is a block, and it creates a link in the sidebar. This is very, very useful. And as an example, I will show you, well, number one, I have my CIG Creators Companion here. This is how we manage all of our YouTube and blog content. And this is filled with,
yep, there's my backlink to campaign notes
inside of Creators Companion. But if I go down here to my Thomas's dashboard, you're going to see all these items here with arrows. These are all pages that exist outside of my dashboard. And I simply created these link to page blocks so I can easily access them from my sidebar without having to favorite every single one of them. It's very, very useful. Okay, back to our little dashboard here. I'm gonna create another horizontal rule, and then I want a link to a web page here. So I can type my slash command, and I can type
link to page
and choose web bookmark. I can paste in my URL like that and create a bookmark if I want to. But what I can also do is simply paste the URL onto the screen, and I have the option to either create an embed, which will literally embed the web page inside of Notion, or create a bookmark, or simply dismiss it and have the URL on the screen. So I'm going to also create a bookmark because I'm creating this little web link section here. And now I've got links to both College Info Geek and my personal website on my little dashboard here. And if I remember correctly, the next thing we have on the dashboard is an image of Bruce Lee. So if I wanted to, I could just type /image and I could upload or embed with link. But what I could also do is if I have an image on my clipboard, I can simply paste it just like I would with a piece of text. And there is the image now uploaded to Notion servers and on my page. Lastly, I'm going to add my favorite quote in the world, which is from Bruce Lee. So once again, I can hit my little quote mark and hit space to get a block quote on the page without having to search for it in the block menu. And I'll go ahead and type in my quote right there. Okay, so I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna change these to the gray background. And one cool trick you might not know about is if you type /, you're gonna get the block menu inside of this text. But if you start typing a color and the word back, you can actually get to this background option here. So I can take that and make it a gray background. Okay, next thing I want to do is create a little list of quick links that actually link me directly to the headers on this page in case I'm scrolling through this dashboard on my phone and I don't want to scroll through a ton of different stuff. I want to zoom right to, say, the notes section, the web links section. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and create a toggle, and I'm going to call this quick links. And what I want to do actually is give this an emoji. So on Windows, it's Windows key and semicolon.
Period.
And let's
semicolon.
type in navigation to get this cool
Mine's Windows
compass.
period.
Give it a space and bold quick links. And then in here, inside of our toggles, we can actually add any kind of block that we want. So I'm going to type / and I'm going to search for a table of contents block. And now I've got links to all of these different headers on my page. And because we are on a pretty big screen, we're not going to zoom down to them. But if I click them, you will notice that they turn blue, which is pretty much me linking right to them. If I were
hold on. So he did this thing, right? Toggle, boom. And he threw, boop, all these in here. Toggle it up. Ooh, so we can call it table of contents. Boom, there it is. Go to session notes, go to items, go to cast. That's awesome. Okay, that's cool to know. I mean, I'm not probably going to leave it there, but that's cool to know.
The notes section, the reference section was off of the screen. Clicking this would zoom me down to it, which is very, very useful.
Huge.
So I'll go ahead and close that, and I'm going to go ahead and give it let's give it a green background, just to visually distinguish it. And one more thing that I want on my dashboard, if I get rid of that there, is a callout block. Now this just makes something stand out, and something that I want at the top of my dashboard is a little affirmation, basically just telling me not to spend so much time working and to live a more balanced life. So I'm gonna have that in there. And I may want this in some other places as well. So this is where I'm gonna show you how to use synced blocks. So if we type /, just like any other block, we can search for.
What did he say?
I may want this in some other places as well. So this is where I'm going to show you how to use synced blocks. So if we type /, just like any other block, we can search for synced block. And this is basically an area where we can put other blocks, which we can then copy to other locations in our Notion workspace. So if I go ahead and grab this, I can actually drag it into this synced block. And what you will notice is that I also dragged a block around. That's something I haven't covered yet, but if you click and hold on this little menu here, you can actually drag a block pretty much wherever you want, and this blue line indicates where it's going to go. Now, for most of these blocks, we have a solid blue line, but notice that underneath these to-do lists, if I move it to the right a little bit, it indicates that I'm going to get an indented block. So if I go and do that, now it is indented underneath the to-do list item here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that back there.
Hey, that's not super helpful.
Get rid of the space in the synced block. And now if I wanna put the synced block somewhere else, all I need to do is hit this copy and sync button, which will copy the synced block to my clipboard. And let's just say if I wanna go over to this quotes page here, I could also add it at the top by hitting Control V to paste it. And with synced blocks, you can see, if you click here on this editing in one other page, you can see a list of all of the pages where this synced block exists. And you'll see a label for what this page is, but also where the original location of the synced block is. And if you want to learn more about synced blocks, I have an entire couple of videos and a huge guide over on thomasjfrank.com, and I will link those in the description down below. So I won't cover them too much more in this video, but I do have a very, very in-depth resource. So now we have a single column version of most of the kind of content we're going to have on that personal dashboard here. If you look at the actual personal dashboard, you're going to see there's some different types of blocks on here. There's some databases, more advanced things. We're going to cover those and add them in later tutorials in this series so you can understand exactly what's going on. So right now we have basically a rudimentary personal dashboard, and to round this video out, I want to show you some of the extra options you have when it comes to blocks of all different types. And the options are actually going to change based on the different type of block. For example, in the block quote down here, if I hit the block menu, I actually have the quote size option. I can choose to make this default text size or large text size. So I think it's large by default here. And if I go ahead and make it default, it's actually smaller. I like it to be large, so I'm going to set it back to large. And if we open the block menu for an image, we can actually view the original. We can make it full screen, which will take up pretty much the entire Notion here, make a light box. We can download it. We can view the original on the
Okay,
AWS
that's helpful.
instance that Notion uses. We can replace it, and we can also add a caption. So if we wanted to, we can even take this quote, and we could have made it a caption on the image itself, like to somewhere else inside my workspace. I can actually click and drag to select them all, and then open up the block menu and choose Move To. Going to use here is this quotes page we created earlier. So if you remember, if you click in here, all of the content within that page is simply going to be underneath it. So let's go.
Okay, this is awesome, and I'm picking it up, and I'm starting to make it, and I'm very super excited for this. I'm trying to figure out how to best handle session notes. I'm thinking, because I think I saw on a different page that there's like a template. I need to start building out templates. Like I do like a new one. Oh God, I gotta really think about this. Okay, all right, I have a lot to think about. I'm very excited. I am gonna pop off, I think now though, and go pull this up on my laptop and go work on it until I need to fall asleep, which is bad for me, but very exciting. So yeah, God, this is really cool. Okay, I'm geeking out about some silly stuff, and I love it. I love it so. Thank you for hanging out, Michael Groover. Thank you, Hamster. Appreciate you. I'll probably do more of this because I do kind of like it a lot, and hopefully next time I do it, it won't be such a novice. I'll have watched at least a few videos. But yeah, thank you so much. This has been awesome. I'll be back. I want to say Sunday, maybe earlier, but probably Sunday. To maybe play some games, or do something more fun than this. But we'll see. I just thought it'd be fun to kind of work and get some assistance, or just support. Sometimes it could be annoying to sit here and do this by yourself. It's just nice to be able to talk every once in a while. All right, I do think that's gonna do it, though. So appreciate you. Thank you. I'll catch you next time. Bye. Oh, I guess before I say bye, if you're on YouTube, Mike, thank you for joining me. If you're not, you can check the links in chat right now. Boom, to find me. Oop, that's Lynn's. I don't know what the hell that is. Discord and Twitter are where I am mostly. YouTube channel, I am multi. That way I don't have to archive this myself. So you can go watch this. If you missed the beginning and you're like, what the fuck is he doing? You can go watch it. Or you can watch other VODs. Or edited videos. There's a few on there. So go have fun. Go wild. I'll see you later. Bye. Okay, bye. Oof. Said all that in an ad. Basically, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next time, probably Sunday. Okay, bye.